10XL 92.5 FM.
I believe in happy endings, starry skies, and dreams come true. I believed it since I first met you. Join in, peeps. You heard at the end of Saving Silverman, right? The great Neil Diamond. Vocal, easy listening. Make out in the backseat of your mama's station wagon type of music. We get rolling the very latest out of Santa Clara, your Seattle Seahawks, favored by 4.5 points over the New England Patriots, who did get some good news today. Drake May, apparently the illness that did occur last week and certainly the problems with the shoulder appear to be gone. And if there was anything that did happen that came in against Denver during the AFC Championship game. So, as far as we know, he is going to be okay, and that is obviously a very good thing for New England. Although all the money right now, everything is going in on Seattle. We're interested to see if there is a big wave and something changes either by the general public or if something does happen as far as, a wise guy out there who could make a move and move this line. I think it's going to continue to go the other way. I wouldn't be surprised if it consistently sits at a 5 when it's all said. And we'll do some handicapping later in the week. The Philly Godfather will join us. Rafael Esparza will join us. And tomorrow we'll get an official injury report. All right. That'll come to us on Wednesday. Of course, Thursday, the Hall of Fame will be announced. At least it will with the veterans and, L.C. Greenwood, Roger Craig, Ken Anderson. It looks like they're getting in. Are they Hall of Famers? Really? I mean, we've all talked about the watered-down Hall of Fame. It's not what it once was. I'm a little bit torn when it comes to the NFL because I think this may be the committee that ends up voting in Fred Taylor and Jimmy Smith, as much as it pains me because they should already be in and they should be voted in, if not by the regular committee. And it's a tough bracket this year. You just look at the guys who are up for it. Man, it's hard to pick only 5. And then you consider who's coming on board next year. It just keeps getting harder and harder. So one of these veteran committees, I think they need to make some changes. Obviously, you should remove the head coach. You should remove front office types. Bob Kraft didn't get in. I've always wondered about owners. Unless they did something of major significance, like maybe an Al Davis or someone along those lines, an owner in the Hall of Fame. To me, that's a little bit suspect, all right? But if you want to comment on that, you absolutely can. All right, Derek Trucks is going to join us in 15 minutes. Tickets are available right now for Tedeschi Trucks at the St. Aug Amp in October. What an unbelievable place to see a concert. And I saw Tedeschi Trucks when they came through here this past October, and it was absolutely spectacular. It really was, and it was a phenomenal show. I was down in the pit, and that's where you want to be for this concert. There's not a bad seat in the house, and I know a lot of you out there very familiar. We just had Susan on a few weeks ago. She sang the national anthem before the Jags playoff game against Buffalo. We had her on live from Panama, and I've been texting with Derek. They just got back from Panama again, where they have been out there fishing, but did touch base with Derek a little bit earlier today. They got a new album coming out next month, so let's get the very latest from one of the great Jaguar fans and Jacksonville's own, Derek Trucks. He's going to join us here coming up in about 15 or so minutes. All right, let's relive this real quick. Again, I'm still miffed that he went on at 6 o'clock yesterday. I waited all day. Press conferences are always early. Right? I mean, they're at times obscene. They're way too early. Except for Roger Goodell, he wanted to kick up his feet, and he was so relaxed. And he also lied. He lied and he lied and he lied and he lied. And I know we're used to that, grown men lying who are in power. It happens. We witness it all the time. Roger Goodell began talking about 9 games that'll now be played overseas in 2026, including in Paris, where the Saints will be the home team. He went on to say, and I quote, "We're getting great reactions from our teams. They all want to play." Listen to that. They all want to play. Our players loved it. One of the greatest things from last season, he goes on to talk about them being ambassadors or whatever. Okay, this is not true. I would like one name on this who will come out and say, whether it's Mexico, Brazil, whether they play on the equator, whether they play in who knows where else, okay, that this, in fact, is something that the players want. They don't want it. The travel is awful. They get taxed like I can only imagine. I've never received a paycheck like that, but they're getting absolutely diced up. And for those of you who don't know, you don't get paid every week based on what the situation here is in Jacksonville with, no state tax and things along those lines. If you play a game in California, you're paying the California tax. If you play a game in Massachusetts, you're paying the Massachusetts tax. You're also paying massive taxes when you go to another country. I've traveled with the Jaguars several times when you go to London. And I know this may sound spoiled, but it's the way that it is. You can't get the treatment over there that you get in the States. Okay? You still have to go through customs. You still have to wait in line. You have to get on the bus. It seems like every time we got on the bus, it was rush hour in the morning in London. You don't get the police escort straight from the tarmac to the hotel. Again, you may be thinking, tough, they got to deal with it. We deal with it. Okay, we're talking about playing a football game out there. You want to make it as easy as you possibly can on these players. Playing international is the exact opposite. So you have that to deal with. He talked about Steve Tisch and the Epstein files. He actually didn't. He just said it's under investigation. There's rumors that other owners are involved as well. Again, they're checking the facts. They'll let us know. Nothing more to report on what is going on as far as that story, which has been, in the news now for several years. He made it clear that the NFL and the Pro Football Hall of Fame are total separate entities. So any questions that involved Belichick, anything along those lines, he was able to basically just skirt away from answering that. He did say that Belichick deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but any of this, they're doing whatever it takes to keep him out for a year or whatever, really wasn't a talking point with Roger Goodell. Despite the expanding Rooney Rule and how they've taken steps to address this issue in the NFL, we saw 10 coaching turnovers, 1 minority hire. Okay, Goodell acknowledged that there needs to be more work done as far as diversity. He then stuck his foot in his mouth by saying, and I quote, "I think the Rooney Rule has been seen as a positive by our clubs." Oh, really? Okay. Again, poll the players. Poll the players to see what they think. The players are 70% black. You think they're happy about 10 coaching turnovers in 1 minority? $64 million man, brilliant lawyer. At times, he sounds absurdly stupid. Here's another example of that when it comes to Roger Goodell. Regular season expansion. No one wants it. We saw the interim boss today from the National Football League Players Association, David White, come out and say, no one wants it. Okay? We don't want Thursday night games. We do not want international games. We do not want to go to an 18th regular season game. Now, is this a bargaining chip? I tend to believe so. Okay, Thursday night games have been going on forever. They're not going to take them down. It's a national draw. It's big money-wise for these companies. The international games, well, we just went from 7 to 9. That's only going to get bigger. If we end up going to an 18-game regular season schedule, I think you're going to see 2 buys, 20 weeks, and every single team play at least 1 game internationally. Okay. He went on to say, and this is maybe the best thing that he said during his entire State of the NFL address, quote, "It'll depend on a lot of factors, including safety of the game." End of quote. All right. They've talked about safety when it comes to the kickoff. They're considering changing those rules. We'll have a lot on that next month during the NFL's owners' meetings. Percentages are up as far as returns. Injuries are up as well as far as concussions, although apparently not as bad as they were a couple of years ago. Goodell went on to talk about the buys, the roster sizes, other issues as well. And that's basically it in a nutshell. There's a few other particulars that, we could get into, but I know there are people out there that certainly you live and die by the Jags, but you're also concerned about the direction of the league as a whole. It's so greedy. It's such a money grab. I mean, just listen to it. And the players are fighting back, okay? It's amazing to me that the leader of the entire operation of the NFL can make comments like this, and he's not overly criticized. He should be, because he's not telling the truth in a lot of these stories. He's not, and he's always been that way. And I get it. He's playing it out for the owners. He's not playing this thing out for the players. It's not even close. And the National Football League Players Association is doing whatever they can. The NFL owners want to get rid of the report cards. We saw just how pathetic Doug Peterson was according to his own players. Jacksonville consistently ranked around the worst in the NFL when it came to relationships, transparency, being able to talk to your coach. Doug Peterson was like dead last, okay? I expect that to be much better with Liam Cohen if they allow it, all right? David White, again, the interim boss, said it's being litigated. Anything that can possibly shed negativity on the top people in the NFL, including head coaches, they're going to try to eliminate. Of course, there's going to be some negative remarks. You had 10 coaching changes, for crying out loud. 10 out of 32. And last year, when Liam Cohen was involved in the turnover, you had 7 out of 32. That's 17 coaching changes. That's more than half the league in the last 2 years. Think about that, okay? All right. Good stuff there, in my opinion. I know a lot of you love the legalities and what is going to be changed. My guess with you is that international play, you can really go either way. You've already accepted for years that you're losing a game to London. You want Thursday night. I gotcha. I want Thursday night as well. Although there was a time I really liked big games in college football on Thursday night. I'm fine with the NFL on Thursday night. As a consumer like yourself, sure, I want an 18th game. Absolutely. You can expand the season by 2 weeks. Add a second bye, play that Super Bowl 2 weeks later, and have President's Day as a national holiday. Makes a ton of sense. But the players deserve theirs. The players deserve more money. The rosters need to be expanded. They didn't talk about IR. That needs to change. There needs to be more with the ability to be reinstated numbers-wise, because we're going to have more injuries. More games equals more injuries. There's really no way around that. All right, Derek Trucks expected to join us here coming up in 5 minutes, and then we'll get back to a lot more that is happening, not only around the league, but the very latest on the Jaguars. I got a couple of good things I do want to bring to your attention. Value, money, right? We all search for it, depending on what you do or how you do it. But when it comes to your eyes, you're just uninformed. I know I am. I'm better at it now than I was several years ago, but there's a lot of this high-tech equipment, and you'll go to a practice, and they'll take you from one machine to another, and if you're like me, you take your contacts out, so you can't really see. So they're leading you to this machine, they're leading you to that machine, and all of that, and the bill's enormous. Well, at Shmunez Vision, they have all that high-tech. Here's the deal, though. You may not need it. They may know exactly what you need based on just the basics when it comes to looking in your eyes. Now, they've advanced in the latest as far as technology, and they have it if, in fact, they believe that you need it. But they're looking out for you. They're looking out for the value and less money, because isn't that what it's all about, especially in situations where you don't know an awful lot about what is going on. On top of that, 37 years worth of experience with Dr. Catherine Shmunez, Dr. John Hunt, and Dr. Neil Shmunez when it comes to surgery, whether it's laser eye surgery that you want so you can have 20/20 for the rest of your life, or if you think there's an issue, maybe a cataract issue, maybe refractive surgery is needed, set yourself up today for an examination. Those same three doctors, they will provide the examination, answer your questions, and if needed, perform surgery. Check them out online. Shmunez Vision. Also go to Instagram, get the very latest as far as the testimonials at Shmunez Vision. We are packed tonight. I am fired up for this Tuesday edition of Into the Night. Coming up next, let's talk with Jacksonville's own, one of the great guitarists ever. He is Derek Trucks.
We may not have the most talent. We're not the biggest or strongest. But we've got something no one else has. We're 1010XL. Let's get them.
Hi, Jacksonville. This is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine by the Dr. James Andrews. Wintertime is upon us, and you may notice you wake up in the morning with some aches and pains in the shoulders and knees. If this happens to you, don't forget, stay mobile to try to reduce stiffness in your joints. And if that doesn't work, come see me at Bari Orthopedics, where we can treat you with cortisone injections and platelet-rich plasma injections and other non-invasive needs. Visit me at BariOrthopedics.com.
Ace Carline here for Atlantic Infinity, and yes, I'm still loving my new QX60. Right now, you can lease one or lock in just 1.9% financing for 60 months, and every new Infinity comes with the Atlantic Infinity Promise. That's over $7,000 in added value. That's one of many reasons why I bought mine there. No pressure, no games, just a great experience. Make your next ride an Infinity from Atlantic Infinity. Visit AtlanticInfinity.com or the showroom near Atlantic and St. John's Bluff.
He speaks softly and carries a suitcase full of stories.
The quarterback whisperer.
Get an inside look at football's greatest position with Denny Thompson. Friday mornings on The Drill, tuned up by George Moore Chevrolet on 1010XL.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 14th.
Valentine's Day is coming soon, so go ahead and pre-order your floral arrangements now from Kuhn Flowers. Hi, Flying Jacko here, and for over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers has made Valentine's Day for that special person in your life. KuhnFlowers.com.
It all begins with Speed Weeks, presented by Advent Health, February 11th, and culminates with a Daytona 500 on February 15th. This week, you can win a pair of tickets to the Daytona 500. What driver won the 2025 Daytona 500? Text the driver's last name to 641-1010. What driver won the 2025 Daytona 500? Text the driver's last name answer to 641-1010 for a chance to win tickets to the Daytona 500, February 15th.
San Jose Collision in Mandarin is proud to be an iCar Gold Class collision repair facility. That means they meet the industry's highest training standards. Experience the difference at San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
I'm starting to realize being a homeowner isn't all upside, Jason.
I mean, it does give you a place to live.
Yeah, but now suddenly I need to know the names of all the people I need to look after my house.
Like who?
Like if my air conditioner breaks in the middle of the heat wave, I need to know who I call to fix it.
That's me. You know me.
But what if my water heater dies or my toilet backs up?
That would also be me. Bueller Air and Plumbing.
Okay, fine, but what about my duct cleaning and my water filtration and my sewer drain? Where am I going to find all those guys if something goes wrong? I'm just a guy with a house and a dream and...
This pair of sunglasses.
Whoa.
Bueller Air and Plumbing is the only name you need to know. Our club members even get 2 free visits a year, so you know we're there when you need us.
Well, that's cool.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
All right, they don't come much busier than Derek Trucks. My goodness, he is all over the world. And he's back from Panama, where he's been a couple of times catching a bunch of fish. And, of course, with Derek, they got a brand new album coming out next month. He, along with Susan and the entire Tedeschi Trucks band. And tickets are now on sale at the St. Aug Amp. Couple of big shows coming up in October. Let's bring in Jacksonville's own Derek Trucks. How you doing, Derek?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Man, everything's fantastic. I know we got together for that game in Vegas, the Jags and the Raiders, and saw the Eagles, but you've been all over the place since, man. I mean, you going to stay here for a little bit, or you're back out, real soon?
No, we have a little break, so we're home for the month, and then the band shows up for rehearsal for the Beacon Theater run, and then the spring and summer about to get busy. So we're going to take a deep breath here in Jacksonville and get our act together.
Yeah, what an honor. I mean, 2 weeks worth. I mean, you were there forever with the Allman Brothers, but to see the band explode like this and be able to stay there for that long coming up, that must mean a lot to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to wrap our heads around, really. I mein, it's when I first joined the Allman Brothers, they were doing 10, 12, 15 shows a year at the Beacon in March, and it didn't seem like something we'd ever be able to get to. So it's we don't take it for granted, but it's a special place to play, that's for sure.
Yeah, I got to imagine. I wish it wasn't during March Madness, or I would love to see you guys out there in New York City. So you've worked on a new album. Is it complete? I know you said that you believe it's going to be released here coming up next month in March.
Oh, it's done. It's done. We, I guess about 2 years ago, we redid our studio here in Jacksonville, and then we recorded this whole record down here, or all the tracks down here, finished some of it in Nashville, and it's in the can, waiting to be released, and we're excited for it. We had this guy, Mike Elizondo, an incredible producer, come down and work with us, and yeah, I think this one has some juice. I'm excited for it.
Tell us about it, Derek. Where do you take this next album, compared to your earlier work?
I think sonically it's a little more aggressive than things we've done in the past, and I just think the songwriting has gotten better and better as time has gone on, and the band's more confident. It's like you figure out what you're good at, and you lean into those things, and then and sometimes it's good to bring in some outside ears. So we brought in a guy that's as good of a musician as anyone in the band, and he kind of rounded the thing out. So I don't know. This one sounds This one sounds like it's now. You know, sounds a little more current.
Derek Truck's our guest right here out of Jacksonville. Of course, he's a huge Jags fan, and they're getting ready to go back out on the road in March. They'll be at the Beacon Theater for a couple of weeks, and you can get tickets for the great shows here in October at the St. Aug Amphitheater. I went last October, and I told you after the show, I thought it was the best that you guys ever sounded. You were really in a groove that night, and I know your word is juice, but you certainly had it the night I saw you.
Man, that's a special place down there. You know, I was born in St. Augustine, and there's something about going back to the place you're from. And I don't know, that amphitheater just feels really good. I think the audience enjoys being down there, and we've had some of our better shows as a band in that venue. So excited to get back to it. It's fun to do multiple nights too, and you get to settle in a little bit.
Yeah, it's great. Being in the pit is top notch to be that close to the stage and watch you guys perform. Your magic is certainly second to none. All right, Derek, we're about 5 weeks away from free agency. The Jaguars are not going to be that active because they're strapped right now cash-wise, but just your overall thoughts on how this season went and how you think the offseason will go.
I mean, I think everybody was thrilled this year. I mean, it was just it was a different feeling season. I think what hurts about the way it ended is you feel like we could beat any team in the league this year. Seattle would be tough, but I feel like the AFC, we should have been able to run the table. But it's exciting time. I feel like maybe we need some help in the secondary, a few things, but I trust this regime. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I forgot that we're allowed to have the playoffs. So we had booked a trip down to Panama in January, and then we had to leave the jungle because it was a playoff game. So these are things I have to think about now. Hopefully we're good long into the future now.
Well, I talked with your wife in the jungle right before she sang the national anthem. Of course, we're talking about Susan Tedeschi, going back a few weeks ago. And she said you guys just had a hell of a good time reeling in fish.
Man, it's incredible down there. It's like Jurassic Park, just 400 and 500 pound marlin. And we were down there with Guy Harvey and Barbara Block, this research team tagging black marlin, and actually got to watch some football with them. There, we've made Guy Harvey a Jaguar fan. So we were talking about Trevor and the whole crew. So it's pretty fun. But that's a great place, man. It's a special spot down there.
All right, hey, we got to golf. It's been a while.
It has, man. Well, it's warming up here soon, so I'll be ready.
Hey, as I'll let you go, I got to thank you again for the Eagles show at the Spear, and getting an opportunity to meet Joe Walsh was certainly an honor. But you were getting ready to go to Kansas, I believe Wichita, the following week to play with Joe Walsh. I believe to raise some money. Yeah, to raise some money for veterans, was it?
Yeah, it was an incredible show, man. Joe Walsh is from Wichita. My mama is from Wichita, so it was nice getting out there. We got to see they dedicated a street to Joe Walsh, and we met the mayor of Wichita. We actually got her to Jacksonville like a week later. We got her out to Pete's Bar, so we're doing our part for Jacksonville.
Oh, that's great to hear. Okay, the album will come out next month. What's the best way for our listeners to get the brand new album from Tedeschi Trucks?
I mean, I think it's on all the streaming platforms, and I don't even know where you go anymore to buy a record, but I always order them.
Yeah.
We are printing vinyl if anyone's interested, so you can get that. But yeah, it'll be out there in the ether. And but yeah, it's an exciting record, and we're excited to hit the road. It's going to be a long, busy year, but I think everybody is ready to do it.
All right, Derek. Hey, always a pleasure, buddy. Let's let it warm up and let's play some golf, because before you know it, you'll be back out on the road.
Man, I was just thinking about those Beacon Theater days with the Allman Brothers. We'd have my grandfather, my dad, Jim Kane, the whole crew up there. Those were fond memories. So whenever I'm up there, that's who I'm thinking about.
Yeah, Doug Zani made it out there with his
Doug. Absolutely.
It's so sad that we've lost such great people, and they went way before their time. And I know you miss them. I miss them as well. But
I know. And with the Allman Brothers, J-Mo's the last man standing, and with the Grateful Dead, it's the two drummers. I was just in the studio 20 minutes ago recording on this Blind Boys of Alabama track, and Mickey Hart called in. he's one of the last two guys in the dead that's around. It's wild time, but we soldier on.
Yeah, absolutely. Derek, thank you as always. I'll catch up with you soon.
Yes, sir, man. Go Jags.
There he goes. That is Derek Trucks. Brand new album coming out next month. Tedeschi Trucks. One of the last times I played golf with Derek, he gets a call from Stevie Winwood. All right. For those of you who don't know Stevie Winwood, you can go back to the, Traffic days, Blind Faith days. Of course, had a lot to do with Eric Clapton, where Derek traveled with Eric Clapton, especially through Japan years ago. The Eric Clapton story is phenomenal. Eric Clapton called Derek Trucks. Derek Trucks didn't believe it was Eric Clapton, so he hung up the phone. Then one time I was playing, it was right after the Celtics lost in the NBA Finals. I want to say it was to Golden State, and it was Carlos Santana who sends a pic of him kissing the Larry O'Brien trophy, because Santana apparently is a Golden State fan, and of course Susan Tedeschi from Boston, like I am, is a Celtics fan. So that's what goes on with his Rolodex, all right? And that's the type of stuff that he does. So respected in the large world of music, and he is one of the greats. There's no doubt about it. Traditionally, that's not my style of music. If you've never heard him, give him a listen. Just go to Tedeschi Trucks anywhere and just put it on, and you'll just be amazed. It's like a 14 people in the band, and I've been to his studio quite a few times. It's he's got the old Kinks soundboard, with the Davies brothers, and that thing is from like the mid '60s, and it's one of the most incredible pieces of technology that I've ever seen. But if you haven't seen Tedeschi Trucks, you're missing out. All right. And I also want to add that they love playing here at home, and they're doing it in October. All right. That'll be in St. Augustine, and you just can't go wrong there. What an incredible place to see a concert at the St. Aug Amphitheater. Okay, thank you to Derek Trucks. That is appreciated. If you want to add anything that you just heard from Derek Trucks, let me say this as well. He's one of the most, and his wife too, they are two of the most humble stars that I can think of. Maybe you have met someone who is similar to them. And, we talk sports here 99% of the time, and we get into it that way. And, athletes are different. I'm talking about musicians. I'm talking about political figures. I'm talking about actors. I'm talking about, anything along those lines. It comes with a massive ego, but they appear to be egoless, and that is a really good thing. I want to thank Rick Alexander and the Alexander Law Practice for providing us with this show right here on a Tuesday night. Rick Alexander's been practicing law for more than 30 years, and he learned years ago that you would trade absolutely, a ton of money for your health, right? Health is far more important than money, especially the older you get. Now, if you're hurt and it's out of your control, you might as well get the money anyway, right? And that may be the case for you if you're up against it. If you've been injured in a car accident, personally injured, it wasn't your fault, you may be nervous to pick up the phone and call any agency, any practice, because you think, all right, retainer fee. Just to talk to him is going to cost me $2,500. It's going to cost me $5,000. Nope, not at the Alexander Law Practice, okay? No retainer fee. Again, free call, free consultation. Tell Rick Alexander, who's involved in every single one of his cases. He keeps his logs small for that very reason, so he can give you the personal touch that you deserve. So if you've been injured in a car accident, if you're physically injured, or anything else that you can think of that is bothering you right now, make sure you go to the Alexander Law Practice, or go ahead and make a call at 400-6600. Again, you'll get an immediate call back. That's Alexander law practice. Much more to do with you tonight till 8 o'clock.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
At Hollis Pools, building a pool is personal. We sit down with you, listen to your vision, and bring your backyard dreams to life right here in Northeast Florida. Working with us doesn't feel like working with a contractor. It feels like working with family. Every Hollis Pools project supports Project Savior Outdoors, helping bring hope to our veterans. Visit hollispools.com. Hollis Pools, your vision, your pool, your escape. License number CPC 1461233.
Rick Ballou for Coy Dental. That's right, Carlson Dental is now Coy Dental. Dr. Lee has been practicing there for 9 years, has purchased the company. The Coy Dental team still has the same great dentists and staff. And remember, if you get nervous visiting a dentist, don't. There's never a problem at Coy Dental. With light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation for all your restorative needs. Coy Dental, located in Bartram Park.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances. That's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com.
Window
World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hey Jacksonville, Don here, the big cheese at Taco Lou. Well, everyone knows my wife Debbie is the real cheese at the Lou. We just do what we're told. We aren't a sports bar at all, but we have the best selection of the finest tequilas that Mexico has to offer, and that makes any basketball game more fun to watch. So come into Taco Lou in Jacksonville Beach, where we love sports and we love tacos with our tequila. If you're looking for a crew to help with your fiestas at home or work, Taco Lou caters, bringing the tacos to you. Taco Lou in Jax Beach, where tacos and sports go hand in hand.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Listeners, the 8084 reminded me of all the way back to the Spencer Davis group. You know that Stevie Wonder was 16 years of age when he signed this? 16. And he made that comeback, that solo comeback in the mid-'80s or so. But Blind Faith was supposed to be a super group. They lasted one album. And, of course, he was with Traffic very early on in his career as well. Stevie Winwood. Wanted to play that for you. All right. Appreciate that with Derek Trucks. That's good stuff. He brought up two of our really good friends who both have passed way before their time. It's just freaking scary. It is. Doug Zani, so many out there know him. He's assistant super for 19 years at Pablo Creek. I never really talked about it much because it's a slice of heaven. But I've been out to Pablo Creek well over 100 times, maybe 150. And he and I would be the only guys on the golf course, or if two other buddies went, because everyone who plays there plays so early and they're gone. And I love going out late in the afternoon when the sun starts to set and those animals pop forward. And I remember he was responsible for knocking down some of the pigs that are all throughout Pablo and can really mess up fairways and greens. Oh, my goodness. And we go out there with our daughters and fish. His daughter just got married. His son I play golf with still here and there. But he died from chewing tobacco. It's freaking ridiculous. And he went. And then the Godfather, Jim Kane, went. One of my longest friends from back in the 90s here. Two guys who just were not supposed to go. I got this picture of the four of us. If you had Fat Pat from Cleveland, who we went to the Who. And the Who was here like 3-4 years ago, but they were also here like 7 or 8 years ago. And we went to that Who show. And that was my foursome. And the other three are gone. And they've been gone for a number of years. And they weren't old. They were in their 50s. COVID, tobacco, and problems with his kidney. Fat Pat loved the taste of alcohol. So that's where I am when it comes to things like that. That's why I'm a love every day type of guy. All right. And I won't go through the I can't wait expression because I know that becomes petty and too self-serving, but I freaking mean it. I do. I can wait for the Super Bowl on Sunday. I can absolutely wait for it. I'm fired up for tonight. I don't know what the GF has planned, all right? But it'll be something good. Maybe we just go back to watching Dexter. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch some hockey tonight. That hockey break's going to bother me. And you know what? 3 weeks off during the Olympics. I'm not going to say I can't wait for hockey to come back, but I'm going to miss it. How about Lindsey Vonn today? How about her announcement? Did you hear about that, Aaron? Torn ACL. She's still going to do the downhill this Sunday with a torn ACL.
Yep, she says she's still competing, period.
Toughest athlete right now in the world is Lindsey Vonn.
I don't know how she's going to be able to do that.
Neither do I.
That seems impossible to me.
Cannot imagine it. And I could see if you're just going straight. Maybe if you're doing a jump, although that would hurt. And I'm not any expert in the world of skiing, but oh my gosh, can you imagine what the ratings are going to be on this now? I thought that would have been pretty big anyway. And now, being told that hopefully it's long before the Super Bowl. I mean, the Super Bowl will have like 10 hours worth of a pregame show. See, they're putting Jack Collinsworth over in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool place if you've ever been. If not, it's one that you should visit at some point in your life. I get that, San Francisco just gets ripped. It gets destroyed because there's problems there. I really love San Francisco. I think it's just a tremendous city. And I've done all the touristy things, the Golden Gate and Alcatraz and gone down to, is it Fisherman's Wharf or whatever it is, where you can get a good look at Alcatraz. But I like doing some of the off-the-grid things. I love visiting Haight-Ashbury, which has become a tiny bit yuppie in a way. It's not quite like Southie in Boston, But you make movies about this, you hear about history about this, and all of a sudden it becomes hip. It becomes the place that, younger 20-somethings want to live. And Southie used to be, what the hell are you doing in our neighborhood? Oh, we're spending money here, sir. We're going to spend a bunch of money in the bar. Oh, okay. Come on in. Now it's, kids with their first or second job out of college, for in a home somewhere. And Haight Ashbury had turned a little bit as well, but they still have those really old school bars, that are almost circular in a way, with the old cash registers, just knowing that Hunter S. Thompson was in there, just totally messed up, getting after it. If you're fishing with Guy Harvey, you are somebody. Yeah, no doubt about it. From the 56-55, he fishes. Now I don't watch it. What's the name of the show out of Boston? The fishing show. I know he's tight with one of those guys as well, and goes out and fishes with him. Can't remember the name of the show. I don't know if it's even still on, but it was very popular. You have any idea what I'm talking about?
Trying to find it here.
I think it's out of Gloucester, where they actually do
The Wicked Tuna?
Yes, thank you. It is the Wicked Tuna. My dad used to watch it. Well, one of the stars on Wicked Tuna is someone that he does absolutely fish with. 3291, please don't ever stop having Derek call in. It's always incredible. It's always an incredible conversation. It's such an honor to have a great musician call Jax's home. And he is a massive Jags fan. That he is. He's a big Florida State fan. You ever seen his Florida State car? I'm not a car guy, but he's got an old, souped-up, cool Florida State car. And his son Charlie, who's back here in town now, graduated from Florida State probably a year and a half ago, and he's got a daughter as well, Sophie. It's a really good family. I've known his dad a lot longer than I've known Derek. Not a lot longer, but years longer, and his mother as well. It's a very good family. Wish there were more like him here in Jacksonville. And I'm sure there are. I just haven't had the opportunity to meet any of you then. As Mike Dukakis used to say, my wife Kitty and I, we want to come into your homes. We want to talk to you. We want to talk to your kids. If you don't know who Michael Dukakis is, hop on the Google.
Jaguars and Gators, pro, college, and high school sports. Wow! Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Spring is almost here. Is your yard ready? Lucas Tree Service, a family-owned business with over 45 years of experience, is your local certified arborist for tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for residential or commercial properties. Protect your home, boost your curb appeal, and get top-notch service from a Jacksonville company. Make sure your trees are healthy and safe before summer hits. Schedule your tree inspection today at lucastreeservice.com.
No one has time to get hurt, lost wages, injuries that not only hurt but hinder our success. If you're in this position due to the negligence of another, you deserve to be paid. Hey, this is Tom McManus. Injuries suck, so check out Morgan & Morgan. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 lawyers with enough firepower to handle any and all personal injury cases. And they make filing a claim easy, and they don't get paid unless you do. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Visit forthepeople.com or hit Pound Law from your cell. Pound Law, that's all.
1010XL and Instant Key celebrate Black History Month by highlighting African Americans who positively impact the First Coast. I'm RJ Saunders. Listen for Black History profiles all month. Brought to you by Instant Keys. Fast, reliable, honest locksmith service.
Next time you head into a Gate convenience store, look for Form Energy Drink, designed to provide energy, hydration, and focus straight from Dana White and AB, celebrating those who embrace grit, discipline, and resilience in their everyday lives. Check out Form Energy at a Gate convenience store.
Finding the perfect romantic gift she'll treasure forever? It's easier than you think at Beard's Diamonds this Valentine's Day. We've curated a stunning selection of timeless, affordable jewelry she'll absolutely love. Dazzling rings, sparkling earrings, elegant pendants and bracelets, set with brilliant diamonds or colorful gemstones. Classic gold that never goes out of style. And you can't beat the wow factor of top brand designer jewelry. At Beard's, we've got it all under one roof. And right now, we're cranking up the romance with an unbeatable limited time offer. Save up to 40% on all diamond stud earrings, pendants, and tennis bracelets. Imagine her face lighting up when she opens that signature Beard's box on February 14th. Pure magic that lasts a lifetime. Guys, cards, flowers, and candy are sweet, but nothing says I love you forever like a sparkling gift she'll wear and cherish every single day. And that gift is on major sale right now. Plus, Beard's is your local Jacksonville jeweler. Family owned and community strong for over 45 years. Right here in the St. John's Town Center. Not some Wall Street chain. We're your neighbors, and we're here for you. Hurry in today. Don't wait. Beard's Diamonds, St. John's Town Center.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. The big game is almost here, and there's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than with Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. This week, Prize Picks has a special max discount for the big game. Drake May needs just 1 passing yard for the max discount to win. Just add another player to your lineup, and if your picks hit, you cash in. It's just that simple. And now Prize Picks has early payouts. If your lineup is off to a hot start, you have the option to cash out before the game even finishes. At Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. You can choose Flex Play and get paid even if one of your picks misses, or Power Play for the biggest payouts. And all Prize Picks withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today, use promo code 1010XL, and get $50 in lineups instantly when you play $5 in lineups. That's promo code 1010XL to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play $5 in lineups. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Mark Watson with Hardball Creative. If you have a school, team, or group that would benefit from a team store, you're in luck because we now offer team stores. Check us out at hardballcreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
I'm amazed at how good the officials are. That is your commissioner, Roger Goodell, just spitting out facts, telling the truth. Man, tell you what, very little resistance too. And, you know, I guess if you were to rip him, maybe your access would be denied. I don't know. I don't think the Super Bowl on Radio Row is anywhere near where it once was. And that's really a shame. It used to be one of the great weeks of the year. I think for a lot of people, it became too much because you're always, you know, pimping some company or they pay the athletes, which is nice for them. It's an extra income, but a company would pay you, and part of your deal is you go do interview after interview after interview. And it just kind of lost its appeal because there was a time where you could get all these guys on. I remember the one time Frank and I were doing a show. I don't know if it was in Miami or what, but we had Bernard Hopkins on. And I used to be a real student of the sport of boxing. And who walked by? Oh, gosh. Help me out here. Latin guy. He's now dating the former host of the Golf Channel, who then...
Not talking about De La Hoya, are you?
Yes, Oscar De La Hoya.
Okay.
Yes. He's now dating that girl that used to be like, you know, like the girl next door you wanted to marry. Remember when she was on like the Golf Channel? And then all of a sudden she became like, she worked with Brando for 1 year. She was the Saigon reporter 1 year with Tim Brando and with Spencer Tillman. And then she just, I don't know, I think she's like, not soft porn, but I mean, she's just totally done all sorts of things to herself. And every time you see her now, there's a photo with her and Oscar De La Hoya. She's not barely wearing anything. I can't think of her name. One of you out there will remember that. 4806 says a crew appearing on that show, Wicked Tuna, just died. God. I know Gloucester right there, and that's where they filmed Perfect Storm. It was based out of Gloucester. The bars right there is pretty cool. That is, oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue, the name of the bar. But of course, Hollywood had to move it. Instead of going across the street where it is, they had it, towards the end of the dock in the movie, which was, it was a pretty good couple of scenes. Certainly the one early on before they went out, and then, towards the end when they lost them. Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Let's we'll get all these San Francisco comments. People actually liking San Francisco. I don't know why I like San Francisco. The drive from San Fran to Pebble Beach is one of the great drives that you can ever make. Crow's Nest, there you go. That's the name of the bar. Just came to me. Sometimes it takes me like 10 seconds in order for something to really settle in. I can't believe not one of you can think of that young lady who used to be on the Golf Channel and then now has really kind of gone in the different direction. Maybe we'll find that out after the break. Okay. If you know it, two ways that you can join us and share your info. 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. That is the text line. You can also get us on YouTube. Just go to 1010XL into the night.
The home of the home team you grew up with.
You could not stop Jimmy Smith now. For 4 or 5 years in this league.
Looking for Jimmy in the end zone.
Please play him one-on-one.
Jaguars, pride forever. 1010XL.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
This is former NFL quarterback David Garrard. If your knees have taken a beating and you're finally ready to do something about it, then let Southeast Orthopedic take a look. Come on, do your knees a favor.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
San Jose Collision in Mandarin is proud to be an I-CAR Gold Class collision repair facility. That means they meet the industry's highest training standards. Experience the difference at San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 3rd, 1980, Larry Holmes TKOs Lorenzo Holmes in the 6th round for the heavyweight title.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Free for life? Just by saying that, you already know I'm referring to Awaken 180. They're the only company providing it. Fast, proven weight loss, and then keep it off thanks to free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Let's talk about the sound no homeowner wants to hear. Drip, drip, drip. Still dripping. That's exactly why Duck Duck Rooter created the Love Your Pipes promotion. Plumbing problems don't scare us. Not with years of experience and honest upfront pricing on our side. Right now, you can get free plumbing assessment on all fixtures with any paid plumbing service. It's the smart move to fix the issue now before it becomes bigger. So when you're stuck, call the Duck. 904-682-6769. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Is your backyard ready for the big leagues? Pick it here for Surfside Pools. Serving Northeast Florida since 1977, they have the home field advantage. Family owned and operated, offering weekly pool service, equipment repairs, commercial maintenance, remodels, and new pool construction. Let Surfside Pools make your backyard dreams a reality. Are you ready to float happy? Visit SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools and Spas, your hometown MVP.
License number CPC 044080.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking mumbo-jumbo. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices. I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from high heels to wagon wheels. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Low mortgage rates are back. Listen, Loan Pronto has fixed rate mortgages with APRs as low as 4.89%. It's the lowest in years. Hey, gang, Prosser here. Smart homeowners are taking advantage of this while they can. If you got stuck in a 6% loan, you can lower your payment big time. Or you can keep your primary mortgage intact, get cash out, equity with Loan Pronto's rapid equity loans. One homeowner just got $250,000 out of their home. They paid off all their credit cards, some car loans, and cut their monthly expense by $2,000. Call now. See what option works best for you, but don't miss this big rate drop of 2026. Ask about new home loans, VA loans, full cash out refis, or their famous rapid equity loan. You can close in less than 2 weeks. You may be able to skip your next 2 house payments altogether. Call 904-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com. No hard credit pull. 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. APR for well-qualified buyers.
Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
All right, Holly Saunders is the name that I was looking for. Getting a lot of Jen Sturgers on the text line. No, she was the cowgirl some 20-some-odd years ago at Florida State. But Holly Saunders, the one who began on the Golf Channel. Then Tim Brando, of course, joins me every week during the football season. Sideline reporter there. Now she's kind of gone a little bit crazy in Vegas with, who do we say it was again?
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya.
The Golden Boy.
But that's the way it used to be during Radio Row at the Super Bowl. You'd have Bernard Hopkins there and Oscar De La Hoya at table next to it. And I thought they were going to come to blows during that actual Radio Row years ago. All right, let's bring in our good friend Rick Shoemaker. Let's talk a little bit of golf. He is the owner and operator of the Wild One Cimarron on 210. He is also our golf analyst. Rick, always a pleasure. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm not sure I'm much of an analyst, but I'll try.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, another start-to-finish leader and winner, this time 45-year-old Justin Rose. Any surprises at all that he's playing this well at this age?
Not really. Again, what's available to them with the fitness and so forth, and he had a great year last year, but he is out of sight, out of mind. So that was a surprise, right? To see it happen, I think, looking back, no one's surprised, but it did come out of the blue, and he looked phenomenal. Remember him at the British Open? How many years ago was that? 30 years coming up here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, amazing what he's done with his career.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, it's nice to see. You have Scotty do it a week ago. And again, I'm not sure if that was start to finish. He might have been a stroke out after Thursday's play, but I mean, there was no doubt about it here. And Justin Rose knows this course well at Torrey Pines. He had been a winner there previously in his career, but this time around, Rick, he sets a scoring record.
Yeah, I mean, again, he just looked perfect. His swing looked phenomenal, and he may be primed to make another run at the Masters and finally get that green jacket coming up.
No, I ask you about this quite a bit, but 22 under last week, 27 under. Are we going to see a golf course grab a victory here at some point on the PGA Tour that's not, one of the 4 majors, or is this just something that is going to continue on a week-to-week basis because these golfers are that good?
I think it's the latter. I mean, I'll be shocked if a golf course comes around and they stay under 10 under to win it. There's going to be those top 5 guys. Again, equipment, accessibility, all this technology. It's just flat out making them better, and I don't see anything end in sight in it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't make the courses any longer, right? They've already tried the Tiger proofing. I would think that only equipment. What, I'm sure you've heard this as well. What about placing bunkers in the middle of the fairway? More of that. To me, that's like penalizing a successful drive. What's your opinion on that?
I love the dog legs and those sort of things. So taking driver out of their hand, I do think it's part of the strategy. Those are the old courses, right? Cut through the trees and narrow. I think that would be great to see some of those old layouts come back. I know they've come back on the senior tour, the Champions Tour, Tour of Champions. What do they call it now? Sorry. But the guys I grew up with, right?
No doubt.
But look, I think that brings it back a lot. And look, this technology, though, what we just said about you can't make it any longer. I'm gonna give you an anecdotal story. Year plus ago, I'm at the PGA show with a couple of guys, well connected, fit some of these players, and he plays frequently with Rory Koepka, Ricky Fowler, a couple other names, and they're down there playing Seminole and some other courses. And he's telling me how he actually was winning, beating Ricky or something, and Ricky turned it on when the players started giving him grief that this scratch golfer, only club maker, was beating him. He birdied like 5 in a row. But he started talking about the golf course and these guys driving, listen to this, Rick, driving 380 to 400 yard holes. I go, what? He goes, you have no idea. It wasn't downwind. What they can really do when they don't throttle back. And on tour, when you see these numbers, 320, 330 max, those guys are throttling back what they're doing with the driver because the golf course is narrow and because the rough is so high. But if you get these guys on an open field where they can just cut loose, it's endless.
Wow.
How far many of them are hitting the golf ball.
Wow. And you're talking about in the state of Florida here. You're not talking about Colorado or Oregon or something like that.
No, we're talking about the great state of Florida with its 12-foot high dump site on the turnpike, right? It's sea level.
Yep, no doubt about it. Rick Shoemaker, our guest, Justin Rose, a winner last week at 22 under par at the age of 45. We also saw the return to the PGA Tour of Brooks Koepka, and ESPN loved it. They actually televised the rounds Thursday and Friday, so it was a big draw. He shot 4 under, which to me is outstanding, but PGA Tour results, it was towards the bottom of the pack. Your opinion on the return of Koepka now to the PGA Tour?
Healthy for the sport. I was just reading earlier today about Victor Hovland's comments. Again, he wants to play against the best. Koepka is one of the best talents out there, so very healthy for the competitive side of it. The business side, which it is a business, there's still things to figure out. Last show we spoke about the tour is doing their best to figure out that model, the ups and downs of penalties. But it's healthy for the sport. And Koepka, by the way, in his interviews, and if you look at the stats, he actually, I forget, they said top 10, top 20 in striking. He just wasn't putting well. And that's what it's always going to come down to. The old boss of the moss comment, those players that can putt it are going to be in the top 10. And those that don't find themselves top 50 making a token 50,000.
A kinder Brooks Koepka, maybe some maturity, but, one of the things I always admired about him is he didn't seem to care and what people thought. And, he kind of came across as a guy that, where's the first tee? Let's go. But he said he was nervous before this event. He said the roar from the galleries and the appreciation from the golf fans meant a lot to him. So we're seeing him take really a dramatic turn compared to the Koepka that we knew first time around.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's humbled by where he was in his career. He had the knee injury. I think that's what my gut is. That's what forced him to make the decision he did, which was grab the money at the time, and rightfully so, right? Who could fault him? But he didn't know where his career was going to go at that time. So he's humbled. He's thrilled. It seems to be back. He's got a fight in him about being back and a passion. And then look, he's matured, right? He's gone through a lot as a family. Not to get personal on it, but people can read about it. So that really makes people pause about what's important in life and just enjoy what's in front of them. And these guys are playing this incredible game of golf for a living, for gosh sakes, right? I mean, my gosh. And week to week, and they've got the best things in front of them, golf courses, trainers, people around them. So what better life could you ask for?
All right, let's wrap it up with Scotty Scheffler. He was a winner 2 weeks ago. So he's won 7 times in his last 13 starts. He now has won 20 times in his career, 151 starts. That's third all-time behind only Tiger and Jack Nicklaus. You know, the family situation there, how much more does he really want to do as far as the PGA Tour grind? Obviously, he'll play in the majors. He'll play here. He'll play a handful of other events. What do you foresee this year for Scheffler?
Let's say 5 wins, minimum 2 majors. And,
wow, that's
I
saying
think
something.
that's. I just look. I'll be shocked if he doesn't get to 40 PGA Tour wins and 10 majors. And he can do it in this next 5 years, right?
Yes.
5-6 years. Take 3.5, 4 wins a year. You throw in 1.5 majors, he's there, and would be one of the greatest of all time. And he is hitting the ball like that. And now his putter's working. The only thing that's going to stop him is his drive and passion, I think.
All right, it's going to get warmer here. Before you know it, give us the very latest. What's happening at the Cimarron Golf Club?
Well, the Wild one again. We couldn't ask to be in a better place. A golf course here in Florida, North Florida. We're getting the 70s back. We're going to be kicking in. President's Weekend always seems to be that demarcation of kicking off golf season. So that's right around the corner. An off course. We just launched our Nashville Songwriter Series. We're bringing in top hit writers from Nashville. They'll be performing once a month. We got our first concert February 20th. We'll open up ticket sales through the weekend, depending on our membership's interest. And again, both on and off the golf course, we're looking to have a great time and remember what's important in life. And that's simply enjoying life, enjoying your friends, great food, great music, and great times.
And a great value, no doubt about it, with the Cimarron Golf Club right there on 210. I'm going to be in Arizona next week, Rick, but I'll catch back up with you when I do get back. And it is always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a great time out there. Thank you.
There he goes, Rick Shoemaker. Good stuff. Cimarron Golf Club. They're on 210. Again, they put a ton of money into it. It's just phenomenal. If you haven't played, you're missing out. You really are, and it's very affordable. And they've done some nice things. The brand new clubhouse, outdoor deck is very, very cool. Literally tonight, but, it's Duval. We're going to get back to some great weather here before you do know it. And practice facility is top of the line, and just the tee boxes, the fairways, the greens, everything that they have done to it. It is far better than it was, a couple of years ago. So if you haven't been, I recommend it big time. You just heard Rick Shoemaker say when it's all said and done, he expects 10 majors for Scheffler here. Jack Nicklaus with 18, Tiger with 15. Walter Hagen, whose career ended in 1929, has 11 majors. So those are your 3 who have double figures. Then you got Gary Player, one of my all-time favorite interviews at the Players' Championship. And Ben Hogan with 9. Right? Tom Watson with 8. He almost got that 9th. Was it Stuart Sink who outlasted him? It's probably a decade or so ago. Harry Vardon, not overly familiar with him. Watson with 8, but then you got 5 guys with 7. Harry Vardon, Bobby Jones, Gene Sarazen, and Sam Snead. Let's add Arnold Palmer to the mix. 6 under. Lee Trevino, Nick Faldo, Phil Mickelson. Is Faldo still living over there on the? Is it the? It's one of the two. Over in at the Ponte Vedra Country Club, one of the two courses. I've been by it before. I didn't know if Faldo still there. I'm still really surprised he left the broadcast team. I think that's left a little bit to be desired since he's moved on. I happen to be a huge Brandel Chambly guy because I love criticism in golf. We criticize each other unlike any. If you have a good relationship in your foursome, you criticize the knucklehead next to you. But there's something that was written, hundreds of years ago that golf is is the ultimate gentleman's sport, and you're not afraid, you're not allowed to criticize. I'm like, screw that. We need more John Millers. We need more Johnny Millers and Brandel Chambly, right? Every other sport they criticize. You know what golf has? It has 150 Chris Collinsworths. That's what it has. One to another, telling you, he's got the greatest short game I've ever seen. I can see this guy move a golf ball from left to right. I mean, there you go. Chris Collinsworth coming up Sunday. Oh, my gosh. Do I hit mute, Aaron? What do I do? Do I get wasted? Help me out. Do I slow it down and put on the radio?
I mean, I have said that, if you are a true fan of the sport of football and other sports as well, you don't need to have the commentators on. You can listen. You can watch it without the commentary.
Well, that's the case if you go to a bar.
Yeah,
you usually
don't
can't
hear it anyway.
Or if you go to a Super Bowl party,
you can't hear it anyway.
Everyone's yapping until the commercials come on, of course. And you always have that guy who stands up, shut up, commercials are coming on.
So if you're by yourself at the house, you can mute the TV and watch it without the commentary.
That guy always brings what he will label as the best dip in Jacksonville, and it's a homemade dip. His Super Bowl parties, pretty fun stuff. All right, currently, let's see here. I thought this list would have active golfers. It does not. Seve Ballesteros won 5. Wow. He won 3 Opens and 2 Masters. Did Seve Ballesteros. Didn't realize he won 5. Brooks Koepka's won 5. You know that. Scotty Scheffler's won 4. Rory McIlroy won his 5th a year ago. He went a decade without winning a major. Right? Let's see if there's any other notables of guys who are still swinging it right now. Vijay Singh, you'll see him out at the Players, or working on the back tees, I should say, at Sawgrass, the stadium course. Jordan Spieth with 3. Anyone else on here that is active? Fuzzy Zeller, man, we lost him last year. He won 2. He won of course, he won a Masters. He's remembered for those stupid comments that he made about Tiger Woods years ago. John Daly has 2 majors. Wow, Jose Maria Olazabal. I remember when he won the Masters. He won them back-to-back, or he won them like twice in a couple of years. 2 in the 90s. I know that. Justin Thomas with 2. Colin Morikawa with 2. Dustin Johnson still on the live with 2. Zach Johnson with 2. Martin Keimer with 2. Remember the long rain delay here on that Sunday? And then Keimer came back out and won the Players' Championship. Bubba Watson with 2. Angel Cabrera. Last I knew about Angel Cabrera, he was behind bars. He was in jail. I remember a few years ago over at the newly made, what the heck's it called, where the beach begins? Atlantic Beach Country Club. Beautiful place. Absolutely gorgeous place. And he was out there with the tour. Again, they change names all the time. But he was trying to get his PGA Tour card back. That was probably, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. And I think that'll do it for us. Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, Xander Schauffele, all with a couple of majors as well. So golf is here, whether you're ready or not. I love the West Coast swing. And then, of course, that turns into the Florida swing or the Southern swing. Players' Championship's going to be here before you know it. March is a great month, too. I love February, but March, spring training really heats up. You got March Madness. You got the Players. You got the start of free agency in the National Football League, and what more could you ask for than that? All right, we got a ton more to do. As always, I do appreciate it. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You can also join us tonight on YouTube. Just go to 1010XL Into the Night.
Because radio is supposed to be fun.
Feels kind of like the first day of spring training for Little League here.
1010XL.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is JJ with 1010XL. No matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at KuhnFlowers.com.
Learn everything you need to know about the Jaguars on Duval Rundown. I'm Hayes Carlyon. Join me each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday morning at 9:04. You can find Duval Rundown on all the social channels of 1010XL.
Driven by Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Westside.
When it comes to glass, you don't want average. You want flawless. Duval Glass and Mirror has transformed homes and businesses across Jacksonville for over 35 years. Frameless showers that wow. Mirrors cut exactly to your style. Fogged or broken glass replaced. Decorative tabletops, windows replaced or repaired to stand up to Florida storms. All backed by a 100% guarantee. Visit DuvalGlass.com for your free quote. There's only one name for glass and mirror around these parts. It's Duval!
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to ITPPartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Spears, Executive Director of Waste Not, Want Not. With support from the players, we're rescuing food and fighting hunger in Northeast Florida every day. Only 35 days until the players.
Bueller. Stay cooler with Bueller.
I'm starting to realize being a homeowner isn't all upside, Jason.
I mean, it does give you a place to live.
Yeah, but now suddenly I need to know the names of all the people I need to look after my house.
Like who?
Like if my air conditioner breaks in the middle of the heat wave, I need to know who I call to fix it.
That's me. You know me.
But what if my water heater dies or my toilet backs up?
That would also be me. Bueller Air and Plumbing.
Okay, fine, but what about my duct cleaning and my water filtration and my sewer drain? Where am I going to find all those guys if something goes wrong? I'm just a guy with a house and a dream and...
This pair of sunglasses.
Whoa.
Bueller Air and Plumbing is the only name you need to know. Our club members even get 2 free visits a year, so you know we're there when you need us.
Well, that's cool.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Rain-X wipers are the #1 wiper blades in America. That means all kinds of drivers choose Rain-X. Big drivers in small cars choose Rain-X. Small drivers in big cars choose Rain-X. Drivers with long hair and short commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with short hair and long commutes choose Rain-X. Drivers with pets on board, babies on board, and board babies on board choose Rain-X. Basically, drivers who love a clear view of the road all choose Rain-X wipers. The #1 wiper blades in America.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, a variety of different things right here on this Tuesday. Some PGA Tour talk. Derek Trucks a little bit earlier. We got into the Jaguars, but certainly
They're getting ready to tour again beginning next month at the Beacon Theater in New York, and you can get tickets right now for their 2 shows coming up in October at the St. Aug Amphitheater, and they'll have a brand new album out next month. 6084 says, Blue, Gus and his offense never belonged to FSU anyways, and he saw the writing on the wall abandoning the ship, leaving Mike Norvell to drown in the cesspool that he created. Maybe by 2027, John Garrett can bring in a coach, quarterback that can help FSU get their, let me change the word here. Let's say plums back. They need a ton of help in that front office. That is a front office that is bad as anything in America, okay? You see the report that came out today? Florida State, a $437 million in athletics-related debt for 2025 in the fiscal year. $437 million. Okay, I read that earlier today and sent out a tweet to Mike Alford saying, you deserve a raise. Mike Alford will not respond to me regardless of how I try to get a hold of him. He wouldn't even respond to me on my numerous attempts about the death threat that defensive coordinator Tony White said he received. They just swept that under the rug. Didn't they have a shooting tragedy there not even a year ago? And that's how poorly run that they are, that they can't even answer the most simplest of a question. What is going on as far as your investigation on death threats to your defensive coordinator? Oh, I can just hear out. Just ignore it. It'll go away. Okay. Terrible front office. Terrible. Here's Sonia. Why are you so hard on Norvell? He seems like he's a good guy. Mike Norvell's not a good guy. That's the problem. He's a bad guy. He held the school hostage for that 36 to 48 hour period where he went underground. Okay? He went in a freaking bunker and let Jimmy Sexton put together that absurd contract. Whether or not he was the guy that was up for Alabama is notwithstanding. You cannot put Mike Norvell in a category of being a good guy when he took out a 44, all right, and put it on the Seminole head. That's not a good guy. 7220, Rick, do you think Cade Bell will go to FSU if offered the offensive coordinator? Absolutely, I do. Yes. Probably too late now. And getting ready to start up, with their spring stuff, with their conditioning programs. But if you were to do this when normal people do it 2 months ago, yes, absolutely.
Rick, I didn't realize how long Norvell has been the coach of FSU.
7 years.
That's crazy.
He's 38 and 34.
And just about, outside of that undefeated season where they didn't get in, what else has he done?
How many starters does he have right now on his 22 or 24? Most depth charts have 12 on offense, 12 on defense. He's going to have a quarterback competition. This is year 7. You're supposed to have things figured out by year 7, and you've become a well-oiled machine. This is year 7, and this thing is so completely broken.
And when he's gotten to a bowl game, he's 1-4.
He beat Oklahoma. I know that. Because Florida State never beats Oklahoma. They finally beat him in that bowl game. San Francisco rocks, getting all this stuff. Yosemite, we're there for twice in the Navy, 5 years. Thank you for serving our country and defending us. People will fly to San Diego, rent a car, travel to Vancouver. I've never been to Vancouver. Love to go. Love to go out there for a hockey game. I've been to Seattle and I've been to San Diego, may be my favorite city. Not named Jacksonville. Just love San Diego. The Gaslight District and just being out by the coast. But I'm a big fan of San Francisco as well. Studied a lot about San Francisco. A lot of A lot of the serial killers started in San Francisco, right? Manson, before he picked up Squeaky Fromme and went over to L.A. Ed Kemper, that was more up in the San Jose parts. They never solved the Zodiac killer, right? He's still at large or dead. The Golden State Killer, they found because of advancement in forensics like 30, 40 years later. Several others as well. Most start out in the out west. They really do, including Gary Ridgway and Bundy. In Milwaukee as well, with Ed Gein and Jeffrey Dahmer. Wicked Tuna, tell me some stuff there about Ricky Tuna. 0937. My brother, he says, Rick, my brother, when are they going to start? A word I can't mention. In Tallahassee. Every day is an embarrassment when it comes to FSU. The entire administration should be fired immediately. They can't afford to fire people. I just read you the report, man. They're $437 million in debt. They have absolutely no clue. And it's everyone. It's the board of trustees. It's the president. It's the athletic director. They're all bad. Hell, their sports information director refused to allow me to ask a question to Mike Norvell. It's the only time in my life that has happened. Although, it did happen a year ago. That's right, with Trent Baalke. I forgot. So, although I did get a call from Jaguars PR, and they told me that was not the case. I was just somehow missed. And I'll believe them, because that's a good group over there. It's a spineless group in Tallahassee. More on Derek Trucks, all this. Yeah, he appreciates it. I just text him again. He loves the Jacksonville people. No doubt about it. $12.99 Baloo, push out the end of the season, no August games. No, that's not going to happen. It's greed, man. These owners need their pay. These owners need to make more money. They want to collect the gate for a preseason game. It'll go to 2. So we've gone from 4 to 3. We'll go from 3 to 2. You add an 18th game. You add a bye week. And I think that, I understand in our world right now, even in some of the most obvious situations where you think what you are witnessing or what you're going to say is right, in a lot of people's eyes, it's wrong. So let's ask. Answer only if you disagree. Do you not want an 18th game? I can't imagine that not one of you out there who is a true football fan would not want an 18th game. Granted, your team's going to miss two Sundays now, but you're going to expand the season by 2 weeks. So you get 2 more weeks of football. And in a one-horse town like this, you people starve for this game. Well, guess what? You've just added 2 weeks. And you wrap it up on a Super Bowl and then a President's Day off. Some pretty insane stuff, if you do ask me. But again, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from all sides. My guess is that if those people aren't there, they're not listening. They're non-sports fans. They're people who are forced to be sports fans. There are people out there who are forced to act like they really enjoy it when their mother-in-law comes in the town. Okay? You really have to play that up. All right? Well, what if the mother-in-law is going to stay extra time? You get upset about it, right? And I get you there. But if those people are football fans, are you really football fans? I mean, football becomes too long. The season becomes too long. I never hear that. I get it if you say it in baseball. It's 162 games. I get it if you say it in the NHL or NBA. I get it. 82 games. But in football, I can't believe there's even one out there that would have a problem with eliminating a preseason game and adding yet another regular season game. Remember, the NFLPA today, they met. They have an interim, president. of the National Football League Players Association. And he today, David White, they're not in favor of an 18th game. They're not in favor of a Thursday game. They want it scrapped. They're certainly not a fan of international games, even though Roger Goodell yesterday came out and said that they were. I mean, the two worst things that Roger Goodell said. Number one, he's amazed at how good the officiating is. See, this is what's so infuriating to me. The most obvious of things is when he comes out and openly questions all of our intelligence. He will tell us something that we all know is wrong and tell us that it's right. His quote yesterday, quote, "I'm amazed at how good the officials are." I mean, it's almost every week I have to come in here, college or pro, and talk about a huge controversy that happened with the official. And here's the leader of it all saying, oh, it's just great. And then to come out and say the players enjoyed playing internationally, that they're ambassadors. Again, I just want one current player to put their name on this. You know, we went, we've gone a week with only 2 of the 11 non-Belichick voters who came forward with their name. I bet you won't find 2 players who come out and say, I love international play. They're going to go absolutely radio silent when it comes to that. Maybe they shock me. Maybe they do. All right, much more to do with you tonight until 8 o'clock. Tomorrow night, Kendra Wilkerson, who's from here, does a really good job. She's in Boston now doing radio. I get her on every once in a while. We're going to bring her on to talk about the Super Bowl in the New England Patriots. So we have that scheduled for Wednesday's show. I also have John Osher scheduled, the very latest on the Jaguars. A little bit later on the week, we're going to check the money. The Philly Godfather is going to join us Thursday. All right. We know that much as well. Plus some other things are scheduled as we crank it up and get ready for Super Bowl 60.
Things you never hear Dan and Jeff say.
You made a mistake. You're human.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser are the drill.
Everyone makes mistakes. So what, man? You're still my best friend.
Mornings on 1010XL.
Really? Of course.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house, because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
When it's game time, make feeding the crowd easy. Chicken Salad Chick serves fresh Southern-style chicken salad, flavorful sides, and crowd-favorite catering trays. Order ahead at chickcatering.com or visit one of 4 area locations today.
What Major League Baseball pitcher won over 500 games and pitched 749 complete games?
When your homeowner's insurance policy is up for renewal, it's a good idea to shop around to find a better plan. Southern Oak Insurance for over 20 years provides Floridians a clear option. SouthernOak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
With 511 wins and 749 complete games, Cy Young's record won't be matched.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
New year, new lifetime dreams. Let's build them together. Jeff Breyer here with the Lifetime family of companies, your local backyard
and indoor
home improvement specialists.
That's right, Dad. Lifetime enclosures, Lifetime flooring, and Lifetime windows.
Glass and screen enclosures, outdoor kitchens, pergolas, replacement windows, all to enhance your home's livability and value.
And a huge flooring showroom with thousands of the latest tile, LVP, hardwood, and carpet selections to help you fall in love with your home again.
Come experience the Lifetime difference. Call or visit one of our showrooms today for our limited Lifetime offers.
We've all been there. You hear about an incredible event Monday morning, but it happens Sunday. Stop missing out. Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida, and we have the solution. From under-the-radar sporting events to the perfect family outing or date night, Visit Jacksonville is your all-access pass to the city. Plan your 2026 season at visitjacksonville.com/locals. Visitjacksonville.com/locals. Or download the Visit Jax app for the full lineup. See what you've been missing.
If you are an experienced electrician looking for your next big opportunity, look no further than the Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller Electric, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering you the chance to showcase your skills on a grand scale. We believe in rewarding hard work with the best pay, top-notch benefits, and an unbeatable culture where people actually care about each other. Take your career to new heights with Miller Electric Company. Apply today at millercareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, so where do we tee off? Tee it high and let it fly.
He's got a beautiful backswing.
Oh, he got all of that one. Tour news, local updates, and the latest gear. Cut a few strokes off your game Saturday mornings at 10 with the Edwin Watts Golf Hour on 1010XL. 1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, today it was the Players Association and their opportunity to give their address after Roger Goodell did one day ago as the commissioner of the National Football League. I think it was more of a bargaining chip today that was expressed by David White, who right now is on the interim as the president. I'm sure he met with team representatives, and they talked about quite a few things. Players deserve to get paid more. There's no way around it. If you're going from 17 to 18 games, pay them more, right? I mean, that's what we paid to watch them play. And you have to, expand that as far as I'm concerned. Also came out today, they don't want any more Thursday night games. I think that's another way to create more cash. Okay? You know they're going to play Thursday night games. They're not going to get away from them. They're going to still play them. But all of a sudden, you can put that in your corner when you're asking for more money for that 18th game. Internationally, they're not a fan. Okay? They're just not. Travel rips up your paycheck. You got to pay the international costs as well. I know you get this because you're a smart football audience, but you don't get paid based on 18 weeks here in Jacksonville. No, you get paid where you play that particular week. And if you haven't checked, there are some tax situations here in the United States of America that are not good. Okay? Living here is very, very good compared to other places. All right? So, anyway, that's the big deal that came out of that today. Also was announced, it slipped a little bit, that Bob Kraft is not going to go into the Hall of Fame either. Drake May apparently is 100%, did throw the football around today. There have been some reports that he was ill, as well had a shoulder after the AFC Championship game. So we will have that official injury report coming up tomorrow. L.C. Greenwood, Roger Craig, Ken Anderson could get voted in as early as Thursday. Are they really Hall of Famers? L.C. Greenwood was so good on that defensive line, but he was surrounded by Hall of Famers. Roger Craig was a good two-way back and won a lot of titles with Joe Montana. Caught a lot of passes in that backfield. Ken Anderson threw for a ton of yards. Cincinnati never won anything, right? They didn't go to a Super Bowl with Ken Anderson. They went to their Super Bowl with Boomer Esiason, if memory does serve me correct. Speaking of my memory, Tuesday night at the Blue Crab House, they're open till 9. You got $2 margaritas right now. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, $1 steamed oysters. And the Mardi Gras is going on all month long, all right? Cajun-inspired dishes. And you look at the Mississippi fried catfish. Oh, my goodness. Shrimp etouffee. Po' boys. And the po' boy list, goes on and on and on. You can get the blackened fish po' boy, the fried shrimp po' boy. There's gumbo. crab meat Remick. It just goes on and on and on, what they have over there. So make sure you stop by. Say hello. Best seafood you'll find absolutely anywhere. I'm just looking at the menu right now. It looks so incredible. I wish they'd open a little bit longer than 9 so I could get there. But I get there quite a bit. There's no doubt about it. And they're located right off of San Jose there on Julington Creek Road. All right. Yes, most dangerous job in the world. Yeah, I used to watch the other one, not Wicked Tuna, but Deadliest Catch. I used to watch that one years and years ago. Here we go. 4704. Blue, I love football, but 16 games was perfect. 2 conferences, 16 teams, 4 divisions was zen and balanced. Tough to argue with your point. Okay? It is. It made complete sense. 17 games is odd. I mean, every year you don't have a balanced schedule. One year you're on the road for 9. One year you're at home for 9. And for Jacksonville, that's never the case because they always have at least one home game that is being played in London. I appreciate the effort that, in fact, that is going to be the case. 3144 Blue, President's Day is 1 week after the Super Bowl this year. Maybe it's just this year. You may be right. I don't study the calendar. I don't. So maybe I'm just hopping on here to what I've heard so many others say, is that you would be able to schedule it, you know, one week or the day after the Super Bowl. I'm sure that they could figure this out, whether the NFL elects to start their season a week earlier or whatever it may be. But I think isn't that really the prize of it all? Is that you follow this team or you follow the league for 20 weeks and then you wrap it up with the playoffs and you get to the Super Bowl, and then the climax is you get the day off after the Super Bowl. Again, I'll credit the late David Lamb for that. He's the first I ever heard say it. And he said it probably 25, 30 years ago. And again, I find it hard to believe that there's people out there who would argue with that. Feel bad for Erin Andrews, though. The poor girl, she had to work Christmas and New Year's. She may have to work on President's Day, if the Super Bowl, because what if her flight goes back on President's Day? Poor gal would have to be traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel bad there, but I'll let it go. But let's get ready for Hacker. Hacker's coming up. He's all fired up for a Tuesday night edition. He'll take you up until 10 o'clock. We'll put our final touches on this one right here on this Tuesday on the home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
Make Capital Glass and Shower Doors your premier choice for top quality glass solutions. With over 40 years of expertise, their team specializes in commercial and residential projects. From elegant shower doors to modern frameless enclosures, they've got you covered. But that's not all. They also offer glass railing systems, glass wine cabinets, and much more. For unmatched quality and service, choose Capital Glass and Shower Doors. Your vision, their expertise. Visit online at capcoglass.com.
Hello, I'm Ed Jackson, president of Ned Jackson Income Tax. Ned Jackson Income Tax has been preparing tax returns in Jacksonville for over 80 years. Our tax preparers at Ned Jackson Income Tax have years of knowledge and experience to help you get your highest possible tax refund and are fully trained on all IRS updates, including the One Big Beautiful Bill. Visit one of Ned Jackson's 4 locations, including our downtown office at 255 North Liberty Street. That's Ned Jackson Income Tax, 356-0349.
Staying active no matter your age is key to living life at its fullest. Rebound Rehabilitation wants you to know they can get you back up to speed and back in the game pain-free. Rebound Rehabilitation with a dozen locations across the First Coast with top-of-the-line therapists ready to assist you. Neck and back pain, hip, knee, or foot pain, they can help. Excellent patient care combined with the highest quality and rehabilitation services. Look for a Rebound Rehab location near you and get back in the game. ReboundRehab.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, celebrating our 49th annual Valentine's Day sale. Come see our hand-picked inventory of thousands of pieces of fine jewelry, diamonds, and gemstones. This Valentine's Day, we have big discounts with jewelry for any budget. And with interest-free financing, you'll get the jewelry you love with a monthly payment you can afford. Monahans will also give you cash for your unwanted gold or silver, or trade it in for new jewelry and get greater value. Monahan Jewelers Valentine's Day sale with big savings in our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Duval Fence is looking for the best in fence installers. Check out DuvalFence.com right now and fence in a great job opportunity. From estimates to installers, they're looking for you right now. Log on to DuvalFence.com for all the details. Equal opportunity employer.
Checkmate. I'm Brendan Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, company mascot at your service.
There are two important steps to installing the perfect garage floor. The two-stage coating application? Sure. But nothing is more important than preparing the floor. Our team uses diamond grinding machines to grind your floors to a smooth, level finish. Only then can we...
Hold on! You grind garage floors with perfectly lovely diamonds?
No, Chester. We grind floors to perfection using the very best ugly diamonds. Too ugly for jewelry, but perfect for the grinding pads we use to prep the surface.
Perfect preparation and application. Now that's a perfect marriage.
Ugly diamonds?
Check. Perfect preparation?
Check. Smooth, gorgeous gleaming floors that really catch your eye? Checkmate!
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
All right, I really don't know what to make of the Pro Bowl games. I doubt I'll even turn it on, but was never a fan of the Pro Bowl when they actually did play. Certainly have not been a fan post when they play, but it looks like a dog and pony show. Joe Burrow looked a little bit like Warren Zevon slash Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. What do you think?
Yeah, he's had an interesting year with the injury that he had and all the talk about him maybe losing the joy he had for the game. So just seems like he needed to get away a little bit. Maybe he's enjoyed himself the last couple of weeks after the season ended.
I think we'll have a big trade there, whether it's Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Those are really the two that would come to mind. Kirk Cousins will be traded, but I'm talking about guys who are in their prime or entering their prime.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you throw Kyler Murray in there. I think he's out of Arizona. He'll be somewhere else next year. I would be shocked if Cincinnati trades Joe Burrow. Why would you? Unless you get a king's ransom in return. Lamar Jackson's an interesting one because Harbaugh's gone. They're starting over with a new coach. What could you potentially get for Lamar Jackson? I do think if you switch sports, like in the NBA, you see a guy like Giannis, who I think Milwaukee is going to trade. I'm not saying Lamar Jackson's there yet, but Lamar's stock will start coming down after he hits that 30-year-old threshold. So if Baltimore wants to get max value for him, maybe they would consider that this offseason.
Yeah, we've had some wheeling and dealing actually going on in the NBA today and yesterday. So we'll see what else officially can happen. All right, what's going on with your show tonight?
Yeah, Devin Lloyd's in the Pro Bowl. Final time in a Jaguar uniform, in your opinion, for Devin Lloyd?
I believe it is. Yeah, I do.
And it's a shame. I mean, look, he had a great year. In hindsight, you would have picked up the 5th-year option. But who on earth could have expected Devin Lloyd to do what he did?
No, much better. And, that's the only saving grace is can you convince him that he played this well because he was in Anthony Campanelli's system. And Yeah, I think I've said this to you before, that he could pick a team and a team could pick him, and he could end up being a big-time bust if he's not in the right system.
Agreed. I mean, people are talking upwards of 19, 20 million a year. I've seen him linked to Tampa a bunch, even seen him linked to Tennessee, which would kind of stink
Kansas City, where he's from.
Kansas City, yeah.
Yep.
So we'll see. But Devin Lloyd in a Jaguar uniform tonight, you might want to DVR it. Might be the last time you see him in a Jaguar uniform. We'll talk draft tonight. Ian Cummings, Pro Football Network, will join me live from San Francisco. He's out there for the Super Bowl, but he will talk draft with us. He was in Mobile last week for the Senior Bowl. And we will talk about the NBA trade deadline. Zach Hanshu of Roto World. Vucevic goes from Chicago to Boston. And there's all kinds of talk about Giannis and maybe even John Morant being traded in the next couple of days.
I think D tackle is their biggest need. I guess Caleb Banks had a really good week.
Caleb Banks had a really good week, and I've seen now people have him in the top 20. So it looks like he might have gone into the first round.
I might have priced himself out of it. So we'll see what ends up happening. All right, buddy, have a good night.
Thanks, Rick.
That's going to do it. I do want to thank Derek Trucks for joining us of the Tedeschi Trucks Band, Jacksonville's own. If you're not aware, let me give you this. Tickets are available, St. Aug Amp, for their shows in October. And they got a brand new album coming out in March. All right, I'll keep you updated on that. Also, thank you to Rick Shoemaker, our golf analyst. He is with the Wild One Cimarron Golf Club right there on 210. Aaron Williams produced it. I am Rick Ballou. We'll talk again Wednesday from 6 until 8 right here on your home of the Jags.